Hey guys, it's Revenging Law and Cole Weekly, and we're doing a deck profile from Cole Weekly with
Hello.
one of my favorite clans. It's
Nectar, specifically the Musketeers. And getting on to the deck profile before Flame of Gold starts doing something weird. This is the Musketeers, and I'm doing my other creative build, but this time I actually do not have the deck actually complete at all. Still missing some things, but here we are with the...
still really good.
It's still really good, but it's missing parts. We're starting with the starter. Forget your name, Kira. It's your
Does
Counterblast
it tell you
1.
how often he uses the deck?
I don't pay attention to the name of the starter because the starter is basically pitch fodder anyway.
The starter is your key.
It's not the key.
Without a starter, you can't play.
The facts.
So it's your key.
Keyblade. Counterblast 1, going to the...
Keyblade. Oops.
Oh god.
Going Counterblast 1, going to the souls. Top 5 cards for a...
Unlock.
Keyblade.
And get a grade 3 into your hand.
Just quit throwing my shit around.
F-bomb. 3 perfect guards. I only run 3 because I don't find 4 very good for a Musketeer deck. I like 3. I'll explain why later. 4 Rebecca, because Rebecca is really good. When you call her to rear guard, you can Counterblast 1, retire Musketeer. And you can search the top 4 cards for another Musketeer. Doesn't matter of grade you get, you can still call it, which is really good. 4 Ruth, because Ruth is your 7 to 10k grade 1. It'll eventually get replaced for more Musketeer support in January when we get our next year bitches Musketeer Legions. 3 Corolla Dragon, just for the finish, the 8k. Now for grade 2s, this is probably where everything goes downhill. 1 Iris Knight for the 10k, and I'm running 1 Almira. I barely use her, but she's really good because what she can do is, in case I'm running the grade 3 Cecilia. I don't have the new one yet. The new one did come out in November. But when she gets into the damage zone, she's useless there until you can get a heal trigger. This is a self-damager where you Counterblast 1, put a top card of your deck into the damage zone. Then at the end of the turn, you can put a card back, which is really good to get Cecilia's or your heal triggers back into your deck. 4 Augusto, your 9 to 12Ks. 2 Cavent, and in case you want to get rid of Iris Knight, replace that with another Cavent. Cavent is just like Rebecca. Don't need to explain that there. 4 Alberto, because he is... I think that's Alberto. No. Yeah, Alberto. Oh, God. He's a damage on flipper when he hits. For grade 3s, I'm running 4 Herman, because he's a 10 to 12, but you can replace him easily with the new Musketeer that came into the Fighters Collection.
Which is what you're doing once you get it.
Yeah, what I'm doing. 3 Cecilia, I need to get a 4th one. This is the other part that's incomplete. But Cecilia is really good on her own because her limit break, you can Counterblast 1, return 5 normal unit Musketeers. Perfect guards are normal units, so you can return them. And that's why I run 3 only. And you get 2 more copies of her, which that's why you want them in your drop zone or in your deck instead of being in the damage zone and being useless. And then another act is where you, once during your main phase, you can retire one of your Musketeer, your guard searches top 5 cards for another Musketeer and call it. For triggers, 4 crit, 8 crit, and then the 4 stand triggers, because the stand trigger is really good. I find it better than a draw trigger because when it's on rear guard, you can Counterblast 1, move it to the bottom of the deck, take the top 4 cards of your deck, and then get a Musketeer and call it there. And you shuffle the deck after, so your stand trigger is reusable unless it gets into the damage zone. Or you discard it for a guard. And then 4 heal triggers for the finish. And this is most definitely budget. Anyone can afford this. Well, that's my deck.
Alright.